Imagine walking through the Wild West and coming across weapons that look like they came straight out of a sci-fi movie. Weapons that few have heard of, but changed the game in the wildest territory in history. Get ready to discover exotic weapons from the Wild West that you've probably never heard of. The Wild West is full of legendary stories, duels at sunset, bank robberies, and relentless manhunts. But behind these tales was a real race for innovation in weaponry. And believe me, some of them will blow your mind. Let's start with one of the most curious, the duck's foot pistol. With up to 6 barrels that spread out in different directions, this weapon was perfect for close combat, like saloon brawls. It could fire multiple bullets simultaneously, ensuring no enemy escaped unscathed. Its caliber ranged from 22 to 44, offering a wide choice of ammunition, and it was especially popular in urban areas. Fun fact, its design was inspired by European models, but adapted by American gunsmiths to meet the Wild West's needs. Decorative versions were even displayed as status symbols. But here's the catch. While effective at close range, the duck's foot pistol was practically useless for distant targets, limiting its use to very specific situations. And this is just the beginning. What's coming next is even more unexpected. Imagine a weapon that combined a revolver with a shotgun cartridge. The Lemat Revolver was a true masterpiece of firearms innovation. With a 9-shot cylinder and a secondary barrel for firing a shotgun shell, this weapon offered unique versatility. Officially used by Confederate officers during the Civil War, it was considered a prestige symbol due to its high cost. However, the excessive weight of the Lemat, around 1.5 kilograms, made it less practical for prolonged use in combat. In famous battles like Gettysburg, it was reported that its use was strategic, but limited by its slow reloading process. But do you think this was the peak of creativity? Wait until you hear about the next weapon. This lever-action pistol was a precursor to the Winchester rifles. With a design that allowed multiple bullets to be fired without reloading, it promised to revolutionize combat. Its ammunition, called rocket ball, had an innovative design that incorporated gunpowder inside the bullet. But its limited power barely made a dent in tough targets. Fun fact, it was one of the first firearms to use a repeating mechanism, paving the way for the famous rifles that dominated the Wild West. Today, the Volcanic Repeater is a prized collector's item for its contribution to firearms history. But not every brilliant invention was successful. Designed by Jonathan Browning, this weapon had a peculiar design. A harmonica-shaped magazine that had to be manually moved after each shot. Although it was ahead of its time, it suffered from overheating and the risk of accidental discharges. An interesting detail, the weapon was often customized with decorative inscriptions, making it a valued item despite its operational flaws. However, its impact on the evolution of repeating firearms was undeniable, paving the way for more effective solutions in the future. And do you think these are all the eccentric weapons of the Wild West? Wait until you discover the weapon that came from one of the most unexpected places. Despite its name, the Apache Revolver had no direct connection to Native American tribes. In fact, it was created in France and combined a revolver, a brass knuckle, and a folding blade. It was the favorite weapon of urban gangs like the Les Apaches in Paris. In the Wild West, it gained popularity among those seeking a multifunctional tool for self-defense. However, its lack of precision and limited range made it more effective in hand-to-hand combat than in shootouts. This weapon was so compact that it could be hidden in a simple jacket, making it ideal for surprise self-defense situations. And if I told you there was an even more ingenious weapon hidden in plain sight? A gun, disguised as a peg leg. That's right, the leg peg gun was a pistol hidden inside a prosthetic leg, perfect for those who wanted to remain inconspicuous, but still armed. The trick? In a moment of danger, The owner would remove the prosthetic leg and reveal the pistol, catching any enemy by surprise. Despite its creativity, this weapon was limited by being single-shot and slow to reload. It was mainly used by travelers who needed protection in hostile territories. We're not done yet. The most unusual and deadly weapon on this list is reserved for the end. Stick around to find out. The Cochrane turret revolver was a bold attempt to revolutionize revolver design. Instead of a conventional rotating cylinder, it used a vertical mounted cylinder, which meant two barrels were always pointing at the shooter, a risk most people preferred to avoid. Despite its innovation, the complicated design and difficulty reloading made it impractical. During its brief production, it was used in public demonstrations to impress potential buyers, but never gained widespread popularity. If you think you've seen it all, get ready to learn about the weapon that promised to turn fishermen into sea monster hunters. Although more associated with the sea than the Wild West, this weapon was widely used by hunters and fishermen along the American West Coast. Designed to capture large marine creatures, it was efficient and relatively lightweight, allowing fishermen to control their catches more safely. Its robust and functional design made it an indispensable tool for commercial fishing. Some modified versions were even used in localized conflicts, leveraging their devastating impact at short range. But not all weapons were created for practical use. Some, like the next one on the list, seem straight out of a science fiction story. This weapon amazed people with its 4 parallel barrels. Designed to fire in quick succession, it was perfect for hunting or close-range self-defense. The alternating trigger system allowed controlled shots, but its total weight of nearly 4 kilograms made prolonged use exhausting. Some special versions featured engravings on the barrels, turning them into collector's items for wealthy ranchers of the time. Some modified versions were used in localized conflicts, taking advantage of their devastating impact at close range. And what if you could carry a piece of advanced technology in your pocket? Meet the next weapon. Known as the Derringer pistol, this weapon was small but powerful. With 2 barrels and a .41 caliber, it was a popular choice among poker players and high society women who needed discreet protection. Weighing only 310 grams, it was easy to conceal, often tucked into shoes or inner pockets. Despite its 2-shot capacity, its simplicity and portability made it one of the most iconic weapons of the Wild West. Stick around because the last weapons on this list will close with a bang. Known as the Revolver, this revolver had a horizontal cylinder that made handling it tricky. It was known for its unusual design and extreme difficulty to reload, but it left its mark as a bold attempt to create something innovative. Few units were manufactured, and today they are rare pieces in historical firearms collections. And now, let's talk about one of the most intelligent weapons ever created in the Wild West. This repeating rifle revolutionized the Wild West with its design and ability to fire 15 bullets before needing to reload. It was fast, reliable, and became an essential tool for survival in a hostile environment. Nicknamed the gun you load on Sunday and shoot all week, the Henry rifle was widely used by hunters and patrolmen, and its influence can still be seen in modern rifles. The Wild West was a land of courage, challenges, and incredible creativity. The weapons you saw here were not just tools of defense, but true innovations that helped shape one of the most fascinating periods in history. Each one carries incredible stories and ingenious solutions that only the pioneering spirit of the time could conceive. Which of these weapons surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments, and see you in the next journey into the past.